we're going to start in Milwaukee, reading from the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel. A disgraced former Milwaukee cop with credibility issues helped seal the fate of a gay Venezuelan makeup artist sent to an El Salvador prison, according to documents reviewed by USA Today. A report approved by the police officer turned prison contractor claimed the Venezuelan man was a member of the notorious Tren de Aragua gang. But concerns about the credibility of Charles Cross Jr., 62, who signed the report, had already landed him on a list of Milwaukee County law enforcement officers accused of lying, bias, or breaking the law years earlier. Cross, 62, was fired from his position as a Milwaukee police sergeant in October 2012 after driving his car into a family's home while intoxicated. His blood alcohol level was more than double the legal driving limit. The former officer appealed the decision and resigned in the process, according to the department. He was also being investigated for claiming overtime he allegedly hadn't earned. Now, you might think, if you drunkenly crash your car into a family's home, you would be going to jail. Mm-hmm. But you would be wrong, idiot. No, you're actually going to be hired by our Nazi secret police, ICE, immediately after. So his record isn't over there. Additionally, in 2007, Cross received a misdemeanor conviction after kicking in the door of the apartment he shared with his girlfriend and threatening to kill himself with his service revolver. Afterwards, he temporarily lost his job, but later was reinstated after appealing to the Milwaukee Fire and Police Commission. He appealed.
Bruh,
he said, please, no.
How is he not in the El Salvadorian prison?
Exactly.
What the fuck?
They gave him his job back. Hey, you would think that after breaking down the door and threatening to kill yourself with your, as it says, service weapon, the gun that's part of your job, you might be fired. But no, you would be wrong again.
I want to see that police chief being like, God damn it, what's his name?
Cross.
God damn, such a TV cop name.
Yeah.
Right? God damn it, Cross, you crashed your car into a family of four. You broke into your ex-girlfriend's house and threatened to suicide both of you. But God damn you, some of the finest police work I've ever seen.
Exactly.
Here's your badge.
What did he do? Threatened to kill himself in front of his girlfriend? Oh, all of a sudden we're firing cops for being romantics?
Some of the best goddamn police work I've ever seen, if you
we're
ask me.
firing cops for believing in love.
It's like those movies where they just list all the fucking, you caused the city $9 million in damage. But
the psychological trauma inflicted on your girlfriend will probably never be fully healed.
But God damn it, Cross.
You reminded what being an officer is really about.
You done it again. Just list all the awful. I gotta take your badge. Yeah. I'm giving you your badge back.
Yeah, exactly. And so he went from eventually resigning from the police. Hold on. Let me find exactly where we're at. Okay. The incident, so this is the incident of, threatening to kill himself in front of his girlfriend, landed him on the Milwaukee County Brady list.
That's not Drake coded.
What?
Threatening to kill yourself in front of your girlfriend. I don't know.
Yeah, another person who belongs in jail.
No, it just seems like an emotional. That seems like an emotional Drake thing.
Yeah, I mean, cops, as we learned last episode, don't handle being broken up with well.
Girl, if you don't love me, I'm not. I don't even know. It just feels.
Okay, where are we? Blah, blah, blah. 4 months after resigning from the Milwaukee Police Department, and I'm gonna read that again. 4 months after resigning from the Milwaukee Police Department, Cross was hired at Core Civic, a company that runs many of the immigration detention centers for U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement. So notice here that it said a company. That means we're talking about one of the infamous ICE private prisons. So that's what we're dealing with here. Today, He is one of the private prison contractors helping to identify Venezuelan migrants as members of the criminal outfit Tren de Aragua, a designation that's landing them in a Salvadoran prison without due process. According to a court filing, Cross typed his name over the title investigator on the form that implicated Andre Jose Hernandez, a gay makeup artist from Venezuela who has denied any connection to Tren de Aragua. Now, I want to again mention 4 months. So that's the time period in between him being a drunken lunatic, crashing his car into families' houses, breaking down his girlfriend's door with a gun to his own head. He leaves that job. 4 months later, he's hired. Now he's all of a sudden an expert on Venezuelan gangs. It's literally his job now to confirm. It says here his title is investigator. He is the one that signs off. This is specifically his job, his duty, to sign off on whether someone they've detained is actually affiliated with this Venezuelan gang. And one of the people that he signed off on is this a gay makeup artist and hairdresser. And I don't want to like, look, obviously both of us, you as a black man, me as a brown man, we're against like profiling people, right? We don't think that's good. But all I'm gonna say is that if you are profiling people, which you do as an ICE agent, as a police officer, that's part of y'all's job is to profile people and send them to jail. At least profile in the other direction sometimes. At least be like, okay, this is an openly gay hairdresser. I'm going to use my profiling skills to maybe assume that a man who is openly gay might not actually be a part of this murderous gang. Correct?
No, sure. Listen, I'm
against profiling, but
truly, yeah. Maybe in their mind they were like, oh, the MS, maybe this gang just has a makeup department. I don't know. Maybe maybe this gang has a makeup. You know, I don't know. Maybe they were too woke. Maybe that's what's happening here. They were like, oh, this gang puts on drag shows.
Sure,
and they need a makeup artist.
Yeah.
For the drag, you know.
I mean, they're not woke when they're detaining innocent people and sending them to El Salvador. But when it comes to like maybe a gay guy could be a violent criminal.
Maybe, you know, he's not.
They're like, it's 2025.
Yeah, come on. I'm just saying. Or, you know, maybe a gang can have, you know, a makeup artist. I think they can have all the things. They can have. Maybe they do drag shows.
Violent, murderous gangs have not been typically known for having progressive views on sexuality, and maybe I'm being a little judgmental. I think
you don't see the vision. I don't think you see what some of these gangs.
Maybe they thought he was Omar.
They thought, or like I'm saying the makeup artist for a gang could be. They could have drag shows. You know,
sure.
You could be like, you've heard of MS-13. Now meet MISS-13.
Yeah. I got it. Yeah, that was.
You made me fight for it. you made me fight every inch for that pun.
I did. I did. And I'm glad I put up a fight, to be honest. I'm proud of that fight.
I was trying to get it off.
Yeah. Are you proud of yourself?
I said MISS-13.
All right. No, that was good. That was a good pun. But let's straighten out. I mean, again, we are reading.
I'm just trying to bring a little levity.
You're right. It's a tough job.
Far be it from me.
It's a tough job we have.
Find a fun.
It's a tough job we have.
Story.
Making this podcast.
But go back to
making
this,
it. Yes, making this
sad story,
making this horror somewhat digestible. But yeah, let's go back to the horror. Andre Jose Hernandez, 30, is from Capacho, Venezuela. He worked as a makeup artist for a state-run television station where he was constantly discriminated against and threatened for his sexual orientation and political views. Last year, he quit his job and fled Venezuela for the U.S. Hernandez claimed he was being persecuted as a gay man, one of the protected groups allowed to claim asylum under U.S. law. Hernandez initially tried crossing into the U.S. illegally and was intercepted by U.S. Border Patrol agents, who returned him to Mexico, according to court filings. He then presented himself at San Isidro Port of Entry in San Diego in August after making an appointment through a government app called CBP-1. And CBP-1, by the way, we could do a whole episode on that. It was an app made for specifically this immigration process that was so riddled with problems, it was pretty much unusable. But it doesn't even matter anymore because Trump just got rid of it in the first place. So it was there to help this process. It was terribly executed, and Trump just got rid of it anyways. Anyways, Hernandez passed an initial, quote, credible fear interview with a federal agent, but after Border Patrol officials questioned him about his tattoos, and this is what we've been seeing, like this whole fucking ridiculous tattoo thing, he was transferred to ICE custody and sent to the Otay Mesa Detention Center in San Diego. There, Torres questioned Hernandez. So Torres is just another guy high up in this process of determining who is gang affiliated. Torres questioned Hernandez. Torres filled out questionnaires suggesting the asylum seeker's tattoos, including a crown on either wrist next to the words dad and mom, linked him to the Tren de Aragua, which is just absurd. Like, how relatable is it having a tattoo that says mom or dad? Like, it's literally, we have it in cartoons that people have tattoos that say mom on them. Hernandez repeatedly denied being
part of the mama's boys.
Exactly.
It's like, yeah.
Exactly. Hernandez repeatedly denied being part of the group, and Paulina Reyes, a lawyer for Hernandez, has said the crown tattoos represent his connection to his hometown's annual Three Kings Festival. On one form, dated December 10th, 2024, a points-based rubric sheet titled SDG Member Validation / Confirmation, Hernandez was given a 5 for his tattoos. None of the other categories, including, quote, intelligence information received from other agencies or group photos with other gang members, were checked. Still, he was named a suspect. The document is signed, completed by Torres, and, quote, confirmed by Cross, the original cop known for lying and just being a degenerate. And I want to mention, at the end of this process, before he was shipped off to a fucking El Salvador prison, he's named a suspect. So, like, you're not going to get a more clear example of how there's no due process here by the fact that they finalized him as just a suspect.
Of what?
Of being a gang member, but still, like, suspicion of is enough to get you fucking deported, not only deported, also, but sent to this gulag.
Just being a gang member in itself. It's like, that's not, what crime is that?
Exactly.
Like, not to say like what crime.
That's a great point.
Being a gang member. He's a gang member. Okay, what did he do? What crime has he committed upon the community? Like, that's just it sounds like just rounding people up.
Gang members can commit crimes. Yeah. They can organize to do crimes. The crime is the crime.
Yeah. It's like gang member is just a label that you're able, if you want to put, it's just a label they're using to literally label who they want to throw away and without any due process. It's just like, it's all part of this immigration kick, obviously, with, them boys in office. It's just they're never, being real, niggas didn't need no reason. They don't want Spanish. If you ain't a white man, and barely if you a white woman, you count your fucking lucky horses. They haven't figured out a law to get your ass out of this country. The ones that they can justify by being, we label them illegal. I mean, well, they illegally are in this country while making it.
They're undocumented, which is a civil offense. It's not even a criminal offense.
And you make the process of getting a citizenship the road in fucking possible. It's just, this is all an excuse to. They're just doing this. We're like being like, look, they're doing this thing, and it's like, they're really just bullies being like, we want to get fucking brown people out of our country.
Exactly.
I don't know how to say that legally.
Exactly.
But,
Well, that's exactly. You're completely right. We're seeing like a window. We're seeing these little windows, little glimpses into the bureaucracy behind this. But the bureaucracy is complete horseshit, as we can see.
Yeah.
They know their destination. Get them out, and then so they retroactively have to justify it. And so here we see like, oh yeah, this hairdresser is a suspect because of his tattoo that says mom and dad, and that's why, blah blah blah. So of course the window into the behind the curtain of these deportations are going to be absurd.
And mind you, it's like the prison they're sending them to, literally the guy overseeing it is like, once they're in, they're in. Ain't no coming out. We don't have a system to take them out, which is crazy. But
it's crazy, and it's very convenient for what Trump's goals are.
Yeah. So people getting taken without due process, thrown into El Salvadorian prisons. 2025.
Oh yeah. So
sorry, go ahead.
We're just gonna round out what's left of the excerpts of this article for the pod. Hernandez was transferred to a federal detention center in Texas a few weeks after his review with Torres and Cross around March 6th. After this, he was sent to El Salvador's terrorism confinement center known as CSOT. I don't know. I've seen it written. I've never seen it pronounced. It's the one we keep seeing. Mm-hmm. His lawyers haven't heard from him since his arrival. So this is where, this is just a tragic story.
Disappearing people in
He's
the prisons.
disappeared.
Damn.
Lawyers have not heard from him. He has literally been disappeared. We don't know if he's even alive. We don't know what condition he's in. Former ICE agent director John Sandweg. So again, I'm going to say that again. Former ICE acting director John Sandweg said ICE agents routinely investigate whether detained migrants had gang affiliations or criminal histories. Historically, the gang designation was something made by a federal official and reviewed by supervisors before the allegation went in front of an immigration judge, he said. Even then, suspicion of gang alliance was something used to target or fast-track a migrant's deportation, not the sole reason for their removal, Sandwich said. Quote, the idea that government contractors might be making that decision would be very alarming, he said. So this is the former ICE acting director, the former head of our secret police being like, yo, this is crazy what y'all got our secret police doing right now.
Yeah.
And not a good sign, I would say.
Emperor Palpatine being like, chill, bro.
Yeah.
I know I made a Death Star, but this shit crazy.
Exactly.
Whoa, yeah, that's...
And he brings up a good point to bring up, an absurd, very important part of all this is that he, the cop that this whole former cop that this whole story centers around, who had to resign for being an idiot, and then 4 months later was hired by this. He wasn't hired by ICE. He was hired by a contractor, a company that ICE is contracting out to. So this man is not even a part of our government, but he is the one who apparently is signing off on this person being a gang member, and therefore is continuing the process of their deportation. So here we have just like private contractors in the U.S., in this case a former cop, who are an integral part of the deportation process of basically just kicking out Venezuelans, which is what we're seeing.
It's crazy. Who were this guy's references? Like, how he got another job after all the it's not like he was crashing his car drunk. Like, how do you even...
They were probably like, wow, very impressive resume you got over here, causing terror. And
it would be one thing if he was like, all his crimes were race related. He's like, I got sued because I beat up a family, a Dominican family. Like, it'd be one thing of like, because I could see evil corporations looking over racism. Like, I don't give a fuck. But his crimes are like just the duty of job crime.
Sure,
he got drunk while he was supposed to do racism and end up fucking some shit up. That's why I'm like, how do the references happen? Like, he's not even good at the job. Why would you want it?
But it's
obviously he's doing his job great. Just he's doing
exactly. Like, his incompetence, he's still being incompetent over here, signing off on this person who's obviously not a gang member. And it's paying off because that quote unquote incompetence is actually the implicit goal here of just getting rid of Latino people.